Change is not easy all the time, and you can run into resistance. And so much, about leading change is about getting buy-in from your various constituencies. And many times you need to speak with them differently in terms that that speak to their relationship to the organization. For us personally at Film Independent, we're going through, we're constantly changing, but we're definitely really looking at some changes, some reallocations of our resources that are going to affect one constituency, maybe a little adversely, so that we can really deliver stronger services to our core constituency. And so what this has done is given us a framework to think about that, given us the tools to be able to quantify what the resources are going to be that we're going to be switching, and and then it will come down to how we communicate that to these different constituencies. So, leading change in an org, you kind of always have to be changing. If you just sit on your laurels, then someone else is going to come up and pass you by, or you're going to become irrelevant. And in our community, in the filmmaking community, in the arts, technology has been such a leading indicator for advancements that have just opened up the world of filmmaking to such a broader number of people these days that we've always been, I feel like, kind of changing and evolving as we've gone along. Does that help? Does that answer the question?
Yeah. So it's interesting that you talk about almost being in your particular industry and just the center of it's change itself, that there's so much happening around you that affects your organization directly, from mission, from the folks that you're serving, or
yeah,
and you're always caught up in it.
It is. It's always been changing. I mean, the economics of filmmaking, it just used to. There was a barrier to enter the field for so long, and it hasn't only been until within the last 10 years that, you're interviewing me now on a flip camera, and there are artists that are making films on a flip camera now. Some are more talented than others, and there's the storytelling aspect of filmmaking has always been, will always be important to a degree, more than the medium of recording it or shooting it or producing it. But so we've always had kind of change happening at least in my time working in this world of art.
And in the arc of your career, in the change processes that you've either managed or been a part of, are there any particular things that have surprised you about them?
Not necessarily a surprise, but what I'm reminded of constantly is that everybody's different, and you have to get to know people. You have to get to know your constituents. You have to get to know what's important to them. We did an exercise in there where some people were analytic, other people were expressive, and if everyone could just wear that on them before you go up to them, that would be terrific, but they don't. And so you have to do your best when you're first meeting someone, and I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit, but is that
yeah? And I think I could see your point about reading various people and knowing how to communicate.
Knowing how to communicate differently with them.
So that everybody's different. So no matter, change is a given and a constant, but the way in which it might manifest could be very, depends on the person. Exactly.
And I found myself in that exercise actually thinking about the type of person I was going to see and talk to, and thinking about, well, now how do I need to speak with them before going into it, But that change is always there.